Welcome guys to my favorite Android games of February 2016. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Number 1 on the list, in no particular order, is Traffic Rider. This is an awesome game. It's actually very similar to a lot that we've played before, driving through a road, avoiding obstacles. That's essentially what it is, but it's got a lot of really cool mechanics. To start with, the graphics and frame rate are impeccable. You've got a garage where there are tons of improvements. There's probably more upgrades on this than I've ever seen on a mobile phone racing game before. On top of that, there's a bonus incentive for going consistently above a certain speed level, which just makes it even more frantic. Number 2, we have Worms 4, and I've been a huge fan of the Worms series for a really long time, and this is finally a good version for mobile. Costing $3.99 in the UK, it's hardly cheap, but then again this is almost as feature packed as a fully fledged PC version, so considering that and how much they've improved the graphics, the frame rate and the controls, I genuinely think it's really worth it. Alongside a pretty robust multiplayer suite, Worms 4 also has a huge campaign built into it. We've got everything from retrieving crates to launching all-out war on the enemy, with your weapons and customization arsenal expanding all the time. Next up, Table Tennis Touch, and this is hands down the best mobile iteration I've ever played of a table tennis experience, or maybe even ever. The controls are sleek, the graphics are really high quality, the frame rate is locked, there's a career mode, there's tons of ways to practice, and a huge variety of different game types. It could be anything from hitting balls into certain zones, knocking over skittles, or facing off against the world champion. Either way, it's a rewarding, polished experience that'll definitely keep you coming back for more. Next up, we have The Room 3, and this is definitely a series that has cemented itself as a flagship Android game. For those of you not familiar with the series, you're essentially placed into a room, you use objects inside of it as well as clues hidden all around to work your way out. You need to open boxes, you need to solve riddles. It's a game that's pretty much perfectly balanced the difficulty. It gives you enough room to be able to make mistakes, but at the same time gives you just enough guidance so that you don't spend 5 hours on a puzzle. Coming in again at £3.99, it's pretty pricey, but definitely worth it. This is a AAA experience. The last app on this list is Simple Truths, and it's kind of on the boundary between an app and a game. Essentially, it'll give you a ton of facts. It'll present a right one and a wrong one, and it's your job to try and guess which one is which. It's difficult, it's rewarding, it's actually funny sometimes, and on top of that, it's actually kind of useful. You do actually learn a lot of random, some would say useless, but I actually think they're quite cool little facts. The game actually progresses, so you can unlock different types of questions. You can actually create your own questions and submit them to the community, and you can even observe your stats and try and keep on top of leaderboards. So yeah, a pretty nice experience, and again, this one is free. So guys, that's it from me for now. If you enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate it if you just slap that like button. I'm Mrwhosetheboss, and this is Insanely Cool Tech.